En 1997, después de 150 años de historia, en ING decidimos replantearnos nuestra forma de hacer banca para adaptarnos a los nuevos tiempos. Reinventar.
When you're ready.
Expanding more in vast purpose after self-acceptance, using each moment to live in the now, hoping all we will be performing in a fluid, graceful motion.
Underneath the lounge and grabbing your legs. Might smell frothy.
Hope to be together real soon, writing, trying to come up, keep making mistakes, broke on the smoke, that you know how I feel.
When you're ready.
I don't want to duplicate sensations. I want different innovations.
When you're ready.
Calling in people from the past. Hearing them out. I never wanted to hear them at all. We emulate art more than we notice.
Whenever you're ready.
Yeah, this coronavirus,
Yep.
I create myself at my own detriment. Got stepped on, got ignored. I've been abandoned, witnessed, experienced, and acted upon violence in silence. The tide of being held down. I'll create myself, even if it means I'll be held down. Made mistakes, it's hard not to regret them. I've heard melodies that sing the truth. So I listened, and I can't switch it off. When you're someone who's in development, a lot of hatred is coming. I think it's one of those things I'm not 100% sure. Recently, over the last few months, I've been peddling interest in others, a product that never improves, causes depression, and gives false illusion, but there's money in it. I know it wasn't good for me, but I can't stop myself. Now, in saddened times, I'm relieved. Advertising is based on things, happiness. Happiness to the external, to which cannot be touched or owned. It can be seen though. Everyone was born without permission. It's the same with dying. The subconscious is more than. This
guy used to go around to different towns and demons and vampires and witches and warlocks and all sorts of demons come out and he'd fight them. Used to be one of those ones they'd show late at night.
Cool. It's filming now.
poetry of freedom is all I ever read. The poetry of yearning, all I ever did. Attention now. To avoid noticing who they are, actually. Change doesn't come from the outside. No matter how much good one can contribute, no matter the glittering allure, the sentimental engagement at times, it's best to let go and forget. Move or charge forward. The dead get tons of flowers because of regret. But for those who know how, to some degree, might even encourage to take my own advice here, I have. There's twinge in my heart, and those who'll end up saying something more likely are unable to put in effort to change themselves. After all, it's harder, harsher, more challenging and hellish than the daily pain they experience in their daily life. It's shocking how much one can change. Thought I was tripping when they rolled by the second time. I swear I know the ones who's going to kill me. Extreme nature, meticulously melodramatic, soft, vicious, tender, horrific, poetic, dull. Internal landscape trying to escape, lost in translation, anxiety and full of misunderstanding. Not all are like this, it's unfortunate. Through how many locals there are, and throughout experience, how disappointing they are. In experience of it all, they endure my angst. Make mistakes, express so poorly, it's tearing me up inside. Life, they can't hit the fresh. I don't think it actually steamed of anything, it was born with it. With the more consciousness I gained, the stronger it became. Some types of people highlighted more of it. Some stream of threads sparked stronger insecurities.
You ready?
My work, we do fire protection, so making sure everything we do is absolutely spot on. Highly regulated industry, probably ruled off. I had lived in every moment, but it came with so much regret. It took me years of life to live as myself.
Ready?
Literary gods abound, veil masked, smiling always. Do not be kind. I live with varied and deepening reasonings, for a meaning to go beyond what's normal to me. Not for glory or fame, but to avoid leaving behind something to be regretful over. We're the Short and Sweet Festival, and I was the third pick for the lead because the swearing was so bad that the other two couldn't do it.
Yeah. Some people are funny like that, yeah. Yep.
high art, fertiliser for earth, morals to argue, abstract actions to shape. Everything is contradiction. Earth is charcoal stained.
Ready.
Contentment too. I know you're there. I wish you were here to fly with you, to get high with you. I embrace you when I can, till you let go. Then I repeat contentment. Never again are you alone. I don't know how to win a woman's heart. If I ever do, I'm sure I'll see poetry in her smile.
I'm ready.
Sorrow in my heart, created by my tragic hand, burdened with eternal loneliness. I had sold my soul in order to write poetry. I can't remember the actor's name. Probably back to the 70s or... Yeah, it probably would have been the 70s it was made.
When you're ready.
Banking memories in poems, culture dismissed, killing all the time. Free again, even now, I can still feel those sleepless nights. When it's love, I remember. I, you, us. To who I love, I go beyond cherishing them. I spoil them till they're exhausted.
Whenever you're ready.
I create myself. It would prevent genuine feelings to come out on the ability to articulate it. It allows tremendous jealous angst, wasting time. It gave permission not to permit actual life experience. Suffered thoughts I embellish, and I think I am completely severed from everyone, leaving me unfilled and always lost in thought. Never learned or taught myself to sit back, observe, that it's okay in a humble way to internalise reactions. Hostile to life, everyone I love I seem to do wrong by. Leave me alone. Leave me lonely. Two extremes, everyone I dislike. I give love. I want everything or nothing at all. Rub my tummy, then tell someone, waiting patiently to be catching me slipping. Fighting the darkness with curling smoke from a heavy cigarette. There is no reaction in life. A soft brushing of words placed together, spoken in whispers, urging to be relieved of one's thoughts, telling the truth, to which, like most poems, no one ever hears. Life is a senseless death. Can't wait for the rugby league to start back up again. Looking forward to seeing the intensity of the clashes and the skill of the ball work and the running. Of course, the West Tigers running out there. I think, especially in these times, it's hard when you miss things that you're passionate about. Sorry. face together, spoken in whispers, urging to be relieved of one's thoughts, telling the truth, to which, like most poems, no one ever hears. Life is a senseless death.
When you're ready.
It's easier to suffer than it is to love. Love is in the wait. Suffering is in the now. Writing into poetry, anything can be. But as I look back on past, it's there and never leave. I wish not all of it, not everyone there, was part of it. To yearn, to write on love and not vent. Since creation, humanity has searched for deities, or at least immortality here on earth. If the environment, the peers, the family, job, whatever is fulfilling, dropping a bunch of rules on you, you're there for them. Stop asking for change to meet halfway. Trust me, reality is indifferent. One can only change themselves. It's not on anything I just mentioned. In modern times where hard work, originality, developing oneself isn't valued. All my life, I hustled all night. There is a small list of flaws that I am unable to shake alone. Insecurity, clinging, desperation for genuine people. Praise for artistic works, a penchant to dramatics, impulse, reacting. And when I find someone who is generally who I am looking for, it's heavily sparked, like my issues with addiction. I can't stop until it's burnt. As for those, well, they'll do anything to be by your side, because they said anything to do you, and so often. It's justifications for the wrong they do.
Yep.
To a poem, I can say whatever I want, but often with regret, for it is something that I don't say in a previous moment. The irony of feeling we've all felt horrible.
Stop, pause.
Contentment. Contentment too. I know you're there. I wish you were here.
Hi. Yep.
Deeper the despair. Reality is more vivid. Closer to grief, the more love is valued. Luminous words formatted with clear conscious of vivid strokes of the hands. A shame that it didn't get the results as one desired. When in love without a lover, all one can do is write poetry, talking over one's heart. Sure, it's all natural. It's too many coincidences.
Ready?
A love is a love, absurd and real, phony and fake, for it's worth its yearning, regret, illumination and painful.
Whenever you're ready. When you're ready.
When in love without a lover, all one can do is write poetry, talking over one's heart. I wanted healing, said looked at your eyes, but I was born with the flaw to fail. There's no profit in poetry, but poetry is golden culture, admired by everyone, envied by philosophers, admired from afar. I support truth, in that I confess I'd rather be immortal and forget everyone I've ever met.
When you're ready.
As a romantic, I've got a hunger to it, a substance to something that isn't available to me. Now I'm dispelling everything into poetry.
Ready? When you're ready.
A chilling poem, moving anyone to tears, because it raises awareness, highlighting shames, guilt, regret, going into isolating agony. It's inescapable. It's troubling to how touching it is. Making sure everything we do it right the first time, because lives depend on what we do. As well as property, mostly what we do is protect property, but at the end of the day that's going to protect lives. I'm trying to think of everybody's name. It's an old show. I pictured the actor's face and everything, but I can't think of bloody name of it. Not something or other.
When you're ready.
To poetry, Paul writing it, rich in culture. Be peaceful, be humble, speak the truth, never lie. Not everyone will love you.
When you're ready.
To what is binding me up dries me out. To when I'm tired, only poem I can write is I. To look what my hands have done, crying to the moon, bruising my heart,
back to the start with sorrow in my heart. This is usually one coincidence you can write off, but more than one. When it becomes 2, 3, 4, the new things they're finding out about this virus, that what it does to the body. To me it sounds more man-made, because natural things seem to follow a progression, whereas man-made things, they have too many ups and downs and too many variables that they don't account for when they do things. If you look at things like when they introduced the cane toad into Australia, they thought they were doing the right thing, and now look at it, 100 odd years later, it's a virus out of control as well. I think China's got a lot to answer for. I don't mean that in a racist way, but just that's where it started. Too many coincidences around where it started, how it started, and then all of a sudden their cases have dropped right off, whereas the rest of the world's just gone crazy with it. But the other thing is, if you look at the natural progression of flu cases around the world, it seems to follow the same curves that this coronavirus does. It just makes me wonder, is this underneath the lounge and grabbing your legs? Night smoke, I think. Like that. It's an old black and white series. Sort of like an older version of Buffy the
Can we just talk about whatever?
Yep.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. So what are you going to do for the rest of the week?
I'm just doing we'll kind of do a voice tape tomorrow. Generally just try and relax, probably go for a bike ride. If the weather's like this today, might go for a swim on the beach. Go for a walk along the beach.
Nice. Whenever you're ready.
I think some of my all-time favourite actors would be Brando, De Niro, I've got his name, Pacino, Dustin Hoffman, Denzel Washington. Probably some of the Australian ones would be Mel Gibson, Russell Crowe, even though he's a New Zealander, but we'll claim him as our own. I'm just trying to think, obviously Nicole Kidman. I think we've got some really good actors in Australia. I think obviously my favourite film at the moment would be The Irishman. Depth of characters that these guys have created, and Scorsese as a director, he's probably one of the all-time greats.
When you're ready.
Still, after a couple times or more, can never understand how people could ever continue to disregard the damage done by listening to a heart's voice with lengthy mournings, no comfort in stranger's face, losing control,
even the embellishment of the mind. We're not James Dean. Translating, we can never be young and reckless forever. Immortality belongs to youth only, even if forever wasted on the youth. We can embrace, be aware, attempt to heal, but that eternal loneliness, those permanent holes in one's life, will never go, will never be cured. To see their one facial expression, to feel their pain. I'm sorry we can't talk. I'm sorry we can't reassure. I'm sorry we can't exchange concerns and make an effort for laughter and smiles. Poetry. A clear tent of muggy emotions. I write here what I want to say. I wish I could sit and listen, chatting and spilling out loves of interest. I regret we can't spend time together, not actively sinking our interest. I regret that I can't write to you, you poetry, to see you smile over it, to help paint a path to see beauty in you. I regret that you won't do the same thing for me. It's always two-way. Struggle to be better. Struggle not spending time together. At times like this, I just want to say that I won't make you happy because I know you're sad. I know you've got dreams and hopes. I wish I could and witness you doing it yourself. One mistake can change a lot. Though what happens whenever we amend? We had thought without thinking, then acted on the same lines. It's not wisdom. You feel alone. You feel personal pain, sensory overload, and feel the weight of the world. I may be cliché. I may be melodramatic, attending to my intense emotions, luminous and free, painful and curse-like. Liberty I wanted, but its freedom from myself is what I need.
Business and basically you hire to like bring a midget to your party and they like just like do stupid shit for you, like you like throw them around and stuff. Like they literally like it was on I don't remember this radio podcast, but they were talking about how you can just hire these midgets and they come to your party and they just do stupid shit for you. That's pretty funny. I've never met like a dwarf or I don't know.
Is it different?
Is there? I don't know. Is it rude to call them dwarf and midget? Do they get angry? We should try to find a dwarf and say, hey, midget. No, he'll probably bash us up. I don't know. Because
What do you think, if there's any differences?
between dwarves and midgets, if there was going to be a difference, I'd say dwarves are like. I imagine dwarves from like Scotland. You know, like Scottish dwarves, and midgets are just like.
What is the Scottish dwarf?
It's like someone with a battle axe, you know? You know, like, there's someone with like a battle axe and they got their double-handed axe and they walk around pillaging. I see that in a lot of movies, like Vikings, you know, like dwarves. But I think the difference between dwarves and midgets are, maybe midgets are taller than dwarves, but by like a foot. Maybe dwarves are like 3 foot, and midgets are like 4 foot. Maybe where they're from, maybe midgets are Western. Dwarves are just like Scottish. Or maybe like some dwarves have like, maybe you get a certificate to be a dwarf. Like you start off as a midget, rude to call people midgets. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, any midgets. You know what's crazy? Designing clothing.
I know.
Just like, so there's a shirt, just like the shirt I'm wearing, which is like $5 from Kmart. You pop like a Gucci just in the middle of it, and suddenly it's like worth $1,000. How does that make any sense? Like you've got like big brands like Prada or whatever, and like you pop like a brand on and there's something worth thousands of dollars. And I could do that. Like I could just take this shirt, draw Gucci, color it in a little bit, make it all nice and fancy, and suddenly I've got $1,000 in my pocket.
Pretty good idea.
Illuminati conspiracy theory I've looked at, and it's a fear-based, I think it's just a fear-based marketing scam. So you see these banks and they go, and then we went to these parties, but the police won't listen to me. And I'm like, okay, we'll put the names of the CEOs that you say are involved with these orgies and paedophilia and child sacrifice, put them online so we can all see. And then we can point the finger. Everybody will put it on Facebook and point the finger at the elites, specifically the people like the Liberal Party and the Democratic Party in America and the Republicans and wherever else. Put their pictures online. Now, that never happens. But what happens at the end of all of these interviews is one thing. The interviewee then says, but then my friend took me to the Christian church and I saw Jesus, probably white. I saw Jesus and Jesus saved my soul and forgave me. So these Illuminati conspiracy theories seem to me to be marketing the idea of Christianity through fear. So people go, oh my God, Illuminati's coming to get me. And then these white people in particular, and black people, then go into that church. I think it's a scam. It's based on fear. It's based on the theory that Satan runs the world. But don't do anything, because Satan runs the world. You can't do anything. Just shut up, donate to the church, and praise Jesus. And that's all you have to do. Accept Jesus into your heart, and you will go to heaven. And everybody else who you can't convert, fuck them. They're not going to listen to you because you're like Harry Potter. Jesus has chosen you to spread the good news. Now the good news, you've got to think about it, is, what is it? It's fake news. That's what the perspective of that Bible is. It's fake news. It's a conspiracy between God and the devil about Eve, then Jesus, and Ham, and all of this other rubbish, which is, again, a superhero story. It's one big conspiracy story. So when you're looking at all of these conspiracy theories, a lot of them can look progressive at first, but they start, this Jesus story is progressive. It's about love, caring for each other, good Samaritan, charity. Socialism doesn't require charity because we all share the wealth. It doesn't require extracting and stealing resources because the whole planet is brothers and sisters and we all share the wealth. It doesn't require the masses to pay taxes but not the billionaires who steal our taxes. They take it. They don't become billionaires because they work harder than you and me. They steal the money and they get subsidies, and the corrupt body politic allow them to do it, and the bankers make the money and say, yeah, do it however you like. So we consistently have to be breaking down this system and ourselves, because we all have the capacity to be greedy, selfish, evil. But that, just because we can be evil, it doesn't mean there's a devil. You know, if I say, but the devil made me do it, what am I doing? I'm not being accountable for my own actions, because the devil made me do it. It's a stupid story. If who I am is, okay, I've slept with prostitutes, I've had methamphetamine, I've had alcohol, I've used women, I've objectified them. Therefore, by extension, there's elements to me that are sexist and misogynistic, because I'm supporting the system of sex slavery. That's what I've done. So now, a right winger will say something like, but that's your choice, you're free. That's not freedom. Freedom is not my emotions running me. Freedom is not doing something that's going to harm somebody else. Freedom, capitalism convinces you that you're your thoughts, feelings and opinions. You're not. Your thoughts, feelings and opinions, if you're your thoughts, feelings and opinions, you'd be truly schizophrenic, because every day you'd be waking up following your thoughts, feelings and opinions. I can prove to you that you're not your thoughts, feelings and opinions. I wake up every morning and the first thing I think, my thought is, oh fuck, I've got to go to work. I don't want to go to work. I'd much prefer to stay home, and I feel frustrated, tired. But what do? I go to work.
Did you just wake up? Fuck, it's dark in here. It's so fucking dark. I'm afraid of the dark and shit. Fucking hate my house.